Hi everyone. I'm back after a while. Wait, hold on. When was the last time I posted? A month ago. Hey, it's alright. Cause I'm back now. Today I'm gonna talk about The Balance by Redacted Audio. I was requested this by your new roomie on TikTok. Asked me to. I put up a thing. I said, guys, what do I post about? Guys, tell me, because I don't know what to post about. So we're doing The Balance. All right, so we're gonna do a summary. Spoilers, guys. Okay, spoilers, like big spoilers. Okay. So should I do these? Should I make these into puppet shows? Okay, I'll do that for the next one. I realize I have to talk about my number one character that I hate. Okay, I hate him, okay? If you follow my TikTok at all, sorry, I keep dropping my TikTok, whatever. If you follow my TikTok at all, you know I hate Blake, okay? But anyways, Sunshine and Elliot. Elliot's a dreamwalker. Sunshine is unempowered, right? They're, chill, whatever, except for the fact that Sunshine almost, fucking died a couple years earlier. But, Breakium saved that. I don't know how to explain this in a good order, okay? This is gonna be very poorly explained, okay? But basically, Breakium saves Sunshine, they get a second chance at life, and meet Elliot, and whatever. Okay, well, not whatever, but I don't know, okay? Then I'm gonna try and explain this without minimum spoilers, okay? Sunshine and Elliot end up going to a meeting for a group called Close Knit, which is basically it's a cult. It's a cult. And they believe demons are bad and that it's a whole bunch of bullshit that they talk about, alright? Just bullshit. And Sunshine and Elliot are like, bro, okay, we need to go to one of their meetings. This is fucking crazy. We need to go and investigate. So they do. And then they're like, okay, let's stay after to see, to talk to this guy. His name's Zeke, by the way. They go to talk to him, right? And then he's like, yeah, oh, you're a dreamwalker, right? To Elliot. And then Elliot's like, yeah. And Sunshine, I'm not actually sure what he says. But then he's like, oh, I'll be right back. So then he leaves. And then they try and leave, but the door's locked. And then they both get knocked out. And then they wake up and they're stuck with Blake. Okay, I don't like him. Huh, if you couldn't tell. But so then they're stuck with Blake. Blake is freaky and weird and gross and disgusting, and he's like, okay, well, we need you guys to do something. And Elliot's like, oh, okay. Well, Elliot's like, oh my god, no, let us out, fuck off, let us out. He doesn't listen. He's like, Sunshine, he's like, to Sunshine, he's like, we need you, okay? We need you. Well, I need you because I need you to connect me with a Deathwalker. Breakium, he's the Deathwalker, guys. So that I can save the person I love from dying. And they're like, okay, but what do I get out of it? What do I get? That's what I would say. And he's like, well, fine, I'll let Elliot go then. And they're like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So then Elliot gets released, but he loses his memory. And then that's a whole plot, that's a whole thing that I just can't. You have to listen to it in order to understand it. I can't explain it in a way that will make sense. I know this is already poorly explained, but but this is already this is that's too hard to explain. You just have to listen to it. So then they're like, okay, like, what do I have to do? Like, what do I have to do? So Blake is like, you have to call Brachium, and you are gonna set me up with one of the Sovereign baddies. He doesn't actually say that. He's like, you have to set me up with a Sovereign, not set him up, but you know what I mean. Like, you have to help me get to a Sovereign so that I can talk to them, so I can save my lover. And they're like, okay, whatever. And then Brachium's like, well, I can't do that because I don't have that power, like, enough power to do that. So then Blake is like, okay, well, I'm just gonna torture the shit out of you if you don't. And so then they're like, well, I don't fucking know what to do. I don't know what to do. So then they're like, Brachium, like, I need help. And he's like, man, I can only help you in your dreams, bro. I can't help you physically. So they're like, damn it. And so then they're like, okay, like, I guess, like, I can, if I'm awake, I'm safe, I can do this by myself. So, but Blake keeps, like, knocking, like, putting them to sleep. I don't know how to explain this, okay? I don't have notes. I had notes for the last video, but I don't have them for this one because I got lazy. Well, actually, I didn't get lazy. I've been busy. I work, like, okay, you guys don't care about that. And he's like, oh, like, you have to help me, like, sorry. He's like, oh, you have to help me, blah, blah, blah. And Brachium's like, well, I can't. And Blake is like, yes, you can. He's like, well, Brachium's like, well, I spent, like, the last of my, like, energy and power trying to protect them from you. Them as in Sunshine. And he's like, dang it, no. He doesn't actually say that, but, like, he kind of throws, like, a little hissy fit. He kind of gets a little mad. And then I'm doing this all from memory since I haven't listened to the series in, like, maybe a few months. Well, because I haven't listened to the overall, like, I've been listening to the continuations of Blake and Bestie, but I haven't rewatched, like, the balance, like, the, you know what I'm talking about. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what I'm talking about, okay? But anyways, they're like, oh, dang it. He's like, okay, well, what can I, like, what do I do? What do I do now? And Brachium's like, I mean, I don't know. And he's like, and Blake gets this genius, bright idea. He's like, oh, he's gonna have to expend the rest of his power and he might actually freaking die if I do this. So he's like, I'm gonna put Sunshine in a holding cell with a shade. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? It wasn't. What was I saying? My mom knocked on my door and now I forgot. Oh yeah, Brachium then comes and he's like, no, like, you're not gonna kill them. So then he rescues them, but then, yeah, he expends the rest of his energy and then he doesn't die, but he's, like, out of commission. So he's just like, okay, I need to go recharge now. Like, I need to go. Like, I can't help you anymore right now. So then they're like, okay, well, I'm kind of stuck now. I'm kind of stuck with Blake. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Blake is like, yes, I got what I wanted. I get to talk to a sovereign now. I can so he does all that. But then basically a whole bunch of stuff happens, which I'm not gonna say because freaking spoilers. But yeah, Elliot's still out. He's got his memory back now. So he, like, knows. He's like, oh my god, I have to go save, like, Sunshine. Like, I have to go. So then he's trying to save Sunshine, and, you know, he, like, calls the department. The department's like, okay, we'll send some people in. So then Close Knit's headquarters gets, like, raided, and Blake, like, sets the shade loose, and then some of the department agents die. Sadly, none of them were Commissioner Jet. We'll talk about that. Actually, you know what? I'll do that after this. Well, actually, no. I have another request, but, you know, that'll happen after. Okay? But, then, so, Brachium's, like, controlling Sunshine, and, okay. So, the Sovereign, I forgot to explain this. The Sovereign that Blake ends up coming in contact with is, I I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm pretty sure it's like Dideradon. I don't know. I'm just gonna call him Big D, bro. So Blake and Big D are like in cahoots. They're like this now, except Big D doesn't really like Blake because Blake is like an edgelord, and he's like, okay, shut the fuck up, dude. Then Brachium and Sunshine end up escaping and reuniting with Elliot. Brachium and Sunshine end up escaping and reunited with Elliot. Big D and Blake also get out, sadly. And then that's where then Brachium leaves Sunshine, like stops possessing them. And then yeah. So then Elliot is back and Aaron and Baby are there. And they go, I can't remember, I think they come back from this is so hard. This is so hard to do without notes, but like that's my challenge. I'm recalling this from memory, okay? That means you have to go watch it and like fill in the gaps for yourself. And if I got something wrong, tell me in the comments and be really mean about it. It'll motivate me. Be like, Mikey, you're stupid and ugly and fat. Don't actually say that, but like be like, Mikey, you were wrong about this, this, and this, and then tell me where, and then give me like the name of the audio that I got like wrong. But basically they get out and they're reunited and it's really sweet and happy and everything. Then they come back, they go to Aaron's house. I'm pretty sure it's Aaron's house. And then Brachium's there and Sunshine's like, oh my god, it's you. And he's like, it's you. And then Aaron's like, what the fuck are you doing in my house, dude? And he's like, no, I'm not trying to hurt you or anything. Like, I'm chill. And then he's like, okay, I guess. And Elliot's like, oh my gosh, it's Brachium. And yeah, but also Brachium, like, I'm not gonna, this is so hard to do without spoilers. I'm not gonna give you big spoilers. I'm gonna tell you that Brachium gets a physical body, okay? That's what I'm gonna tell you. And he basically, yeah, obviously I said that, but just know he has a physical body now. So then they're all reunited and happy. Yay. So that's the end of, so far, of Elliot and Sunshine's part of the balance. Now we move on to the Blakeinator and Big D. Okay, so basically, Blake and Big D are now like, you know, I'm not gonna call them friends, but they're like, if you've listened to Bastards vs. Zombies, you know Mahatma and Attila. It's kind of like that, except Big D really hates Blake. Like, he just hates everyone, okay? Like, obviously Attila hates everyone, but like, this is like upscaled Attila, okay? This is like Attila, but like on steroids, okay? Like, but basically he's like, yeah, like, I hate you and you're corny. He didn't actually say that, but like, you know what I mean. Blake is like well, we call him Bestie because they don't actually really have him anymore. But Blake is like to Bestie, he's like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. And they're like, love you too. And then they kiss, and then Big D's like, you're disgusting and weird and gross. Blake starts losing control of Big D, and Big D like is really mean to Bestie. And there's one part in like one of the recent audios where Bestie, like, I can't remember, they asked something and Big D genuinely just like yells, and I actually ripped out my headphones like out of fear, cause like I wasn't expecting that and it scared me. But it was really good because it was like, oh my gosh, like I actually felt fear in that moment. They're in danger. I mean, everyone who comes in contact with Blake is in danger, but like, Like, they're endangered. Blake is obviously being mean, and so is Big D. Well, Big D is being mean, but Blake is, like, losing control. And it's all, like, kind of bad, and it only gets worse because Blake freaking puts Bestie to sleep, right? Like, the same way he did to Elliot and Sunshine, like, forcing them to sleep, and then he collapses a building. And that's the last episode that we have. And it's kind of making me tweak because I need to know what's happening, and I also know that Elliot, Sunshine, Brachium will have to, fight Blake and Big D one last time. And I'm not actually very excited for that because I have a gut feeling. I've had this feeling 2 other times, okay? Once was when I knew during the inversion some absolute bullshit was gonna happen. Not bullshit, I mean, like, someone was gonna, like, get really injured or die. Technically, lovely. You know what I mean, okay? Like, I'll do a whole episode about the inversion, but, like, I have that feeling that Brachium is probably going to die. And I had this when in Bastards vs. Zombies when Albus left, and I had it when Love. Okay? I know it's gonna happen, and no one believed me when I said something was gonna happen to Albus. No one believed me, okay? You guys have to please believe me. And if I'm wrong, I'll dye my hair piss yellow. I don't know, man. But I'm not gonna be wrong. Alright, just believe me. But, that was my recap, my really, really, really bad recap of the balance. Haven't taken my meds, kind of forgetting everything. But all the support really means a lot, and again, if I got things wrong, tell me in the comments and be like, actually, you're just flat out wrong about this and this and this and this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. And I'm not gonna go back and change it. It's gonna be like that. But just know, you were right, okay? Alright, bye everyone, and thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Thank you for finding my... Oh, and if you are new here, please don't gatekeep me. I don't want to be niche forever. I'd like to be out there. Okay, bye.